Hey everyone, I'm only a day late this time. I went to bed last night and totally forgot that I didn't do my check-in thing or whatever. So I weighed in yesterday and I lost another 2 pounds this last week. I was so afraid with Tim and I going to Mount Rushmore and I wasn't counting any of my points and just kind of going by how I felt, if I was hungry, if I wasn't. And it was so hard because we ate at a delicious Mexican food restaurant. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And Tim and I split a meal and I got so full and I couldn't eat anymore. And I was well, not so full, but I was content and I knew I'm not hungry, I shouldn't eat anything else. And I was kind of bummed because I just love to eat. Um, but I'm really excited that I'm starting to notice my hunger cues and my fullness cues, whatever those are. But I was just content. And so I think I want to see if I can find a study or just scripture on eating and not practicing gluttony and everything, because I think that's one huge thing that us in America do a lot. We just like to eat, and when we get together with people, we eat, and it's just fun. Um, and so, yeah, so I want to have more of a purpose than just knowing that I'm not supposed to overeat, but I want to have a purpose of this is exactly why I shouldn't be overeating. So I feel amazing. I don't know. I decided I am going to go ahead and try to lose an extra 10 pounds because being at 150, well, I'm at 153 now, but when I made it to 155 last week, and I was curious, yeah, I'm in my healthy weight range. Should I really try to lose 10 more pounds or not? And I'm going to go ahead and do it because I want to get to a weight to where if when my weight fluctuates, I'm still in a healthy weight range. So I think getting down to 145 will be good. I'm almost starting to feel kind of full of myself because when I look in the mirror, I'm like, wow, I look great. Um, and I don't say that to be cocky, but it's just, I've never before in my life until now been okay with what I look like. And I was talking to another teenage girl, I guess last week about it, who is in perfect shape. And I think any of us would die to look like her, and and she wasn't satisfied with the weight that she weighed. And so I think us girls growing up always get this idea of I have to weigh this much or I have to look like this. And it wasn't until after having two babies and being way overweight that now after losing that extra weight, I finally feel good about myself. Um, and it really stinks that I had to get to that point to be overweight to finally lose that weight and feel good about myself. And I don't know how to teach young girls to be secure in who they are at that moment. Um, because if I had known before what I had looked like, that this is great, I can be secure in who I am, I could have, I don't even know. I probably could have done so many more things and been such a better person and more confident in myself and not worried about myself as much and be able to go and help others. So I don't know. I got to figure some of that out because that's something that I want Hannah to be able growing up, to be able to grow up and be confident in herself and who she is and not worried about the outer appearance, but to know that she's healthy. Because I think that's a big thing of being healthy and making right choices and being unhealthy and just kind of not really doing anything. So I don't know, lots of thoughts to process out. I think mostly whenever I run. So I'm always yesterday I went on a 2.5 mile jog, and the whole time I'm thinking of different blog posts that I can write and whatnot. And I wish I would come back to the house and just start writing everything that I was thinking out. Because I'm like, oh yeah, that was good that I was thinking yesterday. Do I remember it right now? No. So I don't know. So I'm going to try to lose 10 more, well, I guess 8 more pounds now because I'm down to 153. Shocked that I lost actually 2 pounds. Um, but I don't know. My body I think is still just on that all right, this is good. We need to lose this weight. Let's keep on going kind of thing. So the one thing I want to make sure I don't do is get to the point where losing weight becomes addictive. I don't want to do that, but I want to be where working out gets addictive. But then I know once I hit my goal weight, I'm supposed to eat more points, which necessarily won't be too bad. But there's some days now that, like, if I'm eating more veggies and stuff and like just snacking on 0 point foods, it's kind of hard to fit all my points in. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. And my Weight Watchers expires next week or in 2 weeks. And so I'm a little nervous. I don't know if I should just go ahead and let that expire and see how I can do on my own. Because I'm doing the training for the 10K. So that should be okay. That should get me through. Or if I should renew and just keep on going with it. Or I don't know. I kind of feel like Weight Watchers is kind of like my security thing. Like if it's not going to be there, then I'm not going to do well. Um, but I don't want to be spending money on Weight Watchers for the rest of my life for that security, and I need to learn how to do stuff on my own. So I don't know. So that's pretty much my weight loss stuff. I was thinking the other day, like, yeah, losing weight has been making me feel really good, but the number one thing that has made me feel just incredible and like a new person was the forgiveness Bible study that I did. That ended, I think, a couple weeks ago now, and the point that really hit me and started like making things change during the Bible study was I was reading another book along the lines of the study, and one day it just hit me that when Tim got fired and the way things went down, yeah, they hurt, but what I was trying to figure out like for so many months was why did it happen and what were the motives behind whoever got their way and just trying to figure all that out. And it was just like caging me in and holding me captive, and because that wasn't what I was supposed to be focusing on. The thing that I needed to focus on with all of that is God allowed the situation to happen. I don't believe that it was His will that everything happened the way that it did, because there's lots of bad things that happen in this world, and you know what? God allows some of those things to happen. We make bad choices, others make bad choices, and sometimes we're affected by it, sometimes we affect ourselves. And, but it wasn't my place to just dwell on everything that was happening and just still be negative. It was my place to trust God that, okay, He allowed the situation to happen. I need to trust Him that He's going to take care of us and that He knows where He's going to take us through this. And so hitting that point in the study was huge for me to be able to start breaking down more barriers that God was going to take me through. And the second to last week of the study, towards the very end of that night, I don't even remember what was being talked about, but I started feeling like God was telling me that I needed to write the person that I felt the most offended by a letter, and not to tell them what all I was struggling with and what going through and how they had hurt me, but to let them know that through this process I had been praying for them and I'm still praying for them. And I don't know, just to let them know that. So as soon as I had, it took me probably a couple copies to write out and make sure that I wasn't putting anything like personal, like I need to get my way, but that it was a godly response to them. And so, but as soon as I put that letter in the mailbox and put the flag up and walked away, I just felt this like huge weight just lifted off of me, and it felt amazing to do something, to forgive somebody, and to follow God's will for my life with that. And yeah, so that's probably been, well, it has been even bigger of a deal for me than losing all of this weight, and and it just feels great. It feels so wonderful. And I hope that the life that I am living and trying to live out my faith and not just believe it, but to actually follow what God wants for me. I hope that sets a really good example for Hannah and Zeke, and if we have any other kids, I hope that what I'm doing will be something good that they can look to and say, you know what, my mom was great and she followed Christ and she did what she knew was right, and I want to be like that. So, so we'll see. I know like my whole entire life is going to be a journey and going through different things and stuff. But I think now more than ever, I want to set a good example for my kids. I want them to grow up and be confident in themselves, and I want them to make right choices in following Christ. So it feels, I can't tell you enough like how amazing it feels to have this whole forgiveness issue done and over with, and just feel pure, and to have all this extra physical weight off of me as well. It's just amazing. I don't know. It feels great. So I was supposed to start my 10K training on Sunday, and we were really busy, so I didn't get to it that day. So yesterday, I ran my 2.5 miles that I was supposed to, and then I did my strength training that I was supposed to do on Sunday. I did yesterday afternoon. And I did Jillian Michaels. I did another video of hers. I think it's No More Trouble Zone. Oh my goodness, I'm sore today. Like my abs and everything. Like, oh, she did some killer moves for us. And yeah, I'm sore. So, and tonight or today is my cross training day. So, luckily, it lands on every Tuesday, which every Tuesday during the summer, there's a women's social bike ride. So, I'm going to go do that. I think the cross training is only supposed to be like, I only have to do 30 minutes. But the bike ride ends up being like, what's gross? There's an ant on my back. What is it with bugs lately? But yeah, so the bike ride's like gonna be like an hour, hour and a half or something. So, but it's fun because I get to go and have my like girl time and be physical, like go ride a bike, and yeah, so it's good. So, I think that's it. I feel like I'm just rambling and talking, and the kids are asleep. And although I'm hearing Zeke kind of waking up, I hope he sleeps a little bit longer. Um, it's been nice to have a little bit of a quiet house. Oh, has anyone seen what is it called? The Total Makeover Weight Loss Edition. I have been watching those the last like few weeks, and I just finished watching one of the episodes during lunch while the kids were napping. And oh my goodness, I just bawl. I think the biggest thing that really hits me is whenever Chris, the guy that does the weight loss transformation stuff that trains them, when he like shows up and surprises the person that they got picked to lose all their weight, that he's going to train them and work with them for a whole year. I just bawl, just seeing their reaction that like finally like I have hope to lose this. And wow, I can't even imagine like how awesome of a job that Chris has to be able to go and make such a huge difference in people's lives. um, it's just amazing just to go alongside somebody and give them that hope that they've just been waiting for. So, pretty cool. All right, it's been 13 minutes now. I think this is probably my longest video. Sorry it's so long. Next week will probably be shorter, hopefully. I won't ramble on, hopefully. Bye, I hope you have a great day.